Hello, this is TT.
And this is Qwim. No, let's just get the wall down, okay.
Yeah, we're at the wall. This is happening. So, let's see here. I should warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down that
Let's
wall.
do the spooky, yeah. I should warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down the wall.
Reese smiles. Good. Feels like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Have at it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There's some structure behind it. Some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what waits for you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. What did we get? Holy crap. The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as they take a better look at what lies beyond the wall. There's a whole hallway back there.
Oh, look at his face.
That's the blood from us.
Oh.
Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward, and you climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. Hear the moaning?
Yeah, I do.
His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa. Are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years, the planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. There it is.
Oh, it looks interesting.
They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again, Enoch. What am I gonna do? Nonsense, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research. I've found us an alternative. Someone who can fix everything in one fell swoop. We're taking you home today. By this time next week, everything will be resolved. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. We're in his room.
Yeah.
You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carvings, and collapsed. Think you might have had some kind of seizure. Are you okay? Vision. Gotta tell someone.
Yeah. I had a vision.
Like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I think these are visions of what actually happened.
Yeah. I think these are visions of things that actually happened.
Whoa. I wonder if you'd see anything else if you went back in there. Or if there are more around town. Maybe if you collect them all, you'll finally unravel whatever the big mystery is. Seems fun. So nothing spooky happened? How did I get here? That's a great question.
Yeah. How did I get here?
I carried you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Or delicate.
Delicate. But you have a delicate constitution.
What? It wasn't far or anything. I just picked you up and carried you. I might be sick a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm made of paper. I can still do things normal people can do. I'm sure I'll pay for it later, but I didn't want you to have to wake up in that musty hallway. Or the morgue. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here?
Yeah. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here?
No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room.
Hmm.
So what now?
Yeah. So what now? So what now?
We might be stuck down here for a little bit. Doc's on a warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine. She's not happy about it. But after I looked this up, there's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. Oh, no way. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. Would your mom poison you?
But why would your mom poison you?
I don't know. But the internet says this is castor bean. It's used to make ricin, super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. And death, usually. Thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly, or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I have an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. Well, she sure found a cure for that. We need to get you out of here.
Need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know.
Where would we go? The only person I know has a car is Kanika. She's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. Like that last one.
Okay. One step at a time. Let's just start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here.
You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we'll figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now, I assume is yet another way to keep me boxed in. We can try to break them anyway. A distraction seems like a good idea, as you can probably tell. I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo.
Well, think about it. He said that he's used to see visions, and he said his neck would be long. Maybe he's one of the ditchlings.
It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. You know, if we wanted to change our target from Stella, now's the time. He seems nice.
Not interested in sick boy.
He won't be sick after the poison's out of his system. It could be fun.
Fine. You could always draw me.
If you're sure you're okay with sitting for a portrait, I'd love to draw you. There's a quality to drawing that's almost like catching memories. As sappy as that probably sounds, but this can be a sort of snapshot of the night my life turned around. It's definitely a memory worth holding on to. I'll get you a chair. He excitedly hurries across the room, pulling up a couple chairs. You can see the difference in his energy now that he hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's more talkative, less slouched, his long limbs no longer perpetually tucked in at his sides. May I touch your face?
Sure, I guess. I don't know.
You blush.
Sure.
He places a gentle hand on your jaw, tilting your head slightly to the side. His fingertips are warm on your cheek, the sensation of their light touch lingering on your skin as he pulls away. Perfect. He pauses for a moment, his eyes locking with yours. A palpable tension fills the room. Let him start drawing. Take his hand in yours.
And let him start drawing.
Thanks for doing this. You have no idea how long it's been since I was able to have somebody sit for me. I think it's been since high school, probably. He starts sketching. The scraping of the graphite is quick and controlled, long lines sweeping across the paper. He pauses for a brief moment, glancing away in thought. I'd wanted to draw you since we met yesterday. You have such striking bone structure. Makes for a truly unique fact. I hope I can capture it. He glances up at you every couple of seconds, the pencil still moving as he focuses an intense gaze on you. This is so much easier than usual. Sometimes getting the basic forms down can feel like pushing through mud. This is like breathing. It's just flowing out. He continues scratching out your portrait, the sound of pencil on paper louder and bolder as his strokes gain confidence. I just can't believe I let this go on for so long. I never questioned her, but I so readily accepted the line she gave me about my years being numbered and my illness being some bizarre mystery genetic thing that no other doctor could solve. I know it's hard to see when you're in the thick of it, but I was just so naive. Who knows what lasting damage she managed to do to me. You realize it isn't confidence that's deepening the lines on the paper. It's anger. Frustration.
The one above angry. Yeah. You don't have to focus on what could have been. You have a new future ahead of you.
I don't know that for sure, though. I'm not out of danger yet, either. I'm still down here. The pencil snaps. Oh no. I'm sorry, I must be acting strange. I feel strange. Do my nails look longer to you? There's a knock on the window.
It's Wayne.
Kitty. Don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home.
Oh, I bet you.
That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? But without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe.
Maybe Wayne's not gonna hurt you. Well, we don't know. What do you mean? Wayne isn't gonna hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone.
Yes, he will. He's furious at me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Kitty. The window shatters. Uh-oh. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. Pull you out. Leave us alone. Reese. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. I don't think Reese wants to hurt us. And if we run for the stairs, we'll run into his mom. He might kill his mom.
Yeah. Stay where you are.
We aren't safe, but I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here. I'll be right back. I just have to deal with the doc.
Oh, great.
No. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. You don't need him to kill his mom. Maybe that's why. She's been doing it. She's been able to tell it. He's got this demon thing going on with him.
Oh, heck, I don't know.
We're gonna follow him.
Okay.
You make your way up to the door that beckoned to you yesterday, all intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads. And you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there is a monster, preparing to do something unthinkable. You grasp the handle and turn.
Duck.
Don't shoot. Don't tell me what to do. Duck.
Just duck.
You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're gonna have to try harder than that, you... How did you...
There's Wayne.
As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between cracks in the wood. Reese is panicked, pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Or after Dr. Kelly.
Probably after Dr. Kelly?
You run forward, braving the onslaught of the smears, dodging them as best you can as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint.
Hey.
Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker.
You kitty? I'm stuck in the safe room. Can't help you from here. You can help the both of us. What is your son? What in the heck is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was gonna be a... but they don't know the half of it. I need you to get the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Yeah.
Okay. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room.
I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black tape key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. Oh, shit.
An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good. You should hear this. Kitty, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just gonna shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers? Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement. Or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me.
Wayne, help me.
Wayne will kill Reese.
Might be for the better. I'm not gonna let you kill anyone, Reese.
Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know? Those tranquilizers aren't gonna kill me? Does she care?
Trust me, Reese. I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you.
Tell yourself whatever you have to, Mom. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance. You decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. Don't try to spin it like some kind of crime of passion now that the consequences are staring you in the face. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. Oh, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? You see, for the briefest instant, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve.
Oh.
Just a flash of pale yellow, then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes.
Ugh, Wayne's something weird too. Great.
I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway.
Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room.
I want to stop Wayne from killing Reese. We can turn this around.
I think it's too late for that.
You do as she says. Tranquilizer's easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. Certainly she's an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it in.
Hurry, I don't think I could keep it open for long.
You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor.
Sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets hurt here. I kind of want to know that one. You didn't walk me to the door after your exam earlier. You must have known I might have gone looking for something. Why didn't you make me leave?
She sighs.
There's something about keeping a secret for so long. It makes you paranoid. Makes you do things you know are objectively wrong just to maintain the illusion of your life. It isolates you. At some point, you just don't want to be alone anymore, whether you realize it or not. So you get sloppy. You leave things around you shouldn't because that destructive little part of you wants to test the limits of how obvious you can be before someone is able to put you two and two together. I'm not blind. I could see that things are happening in Scarlet Hollow, unusual things. I guess subconsciously I must have decided if there was ever a time to let someone else in, it would be now.
Let's talk, Reese. What's the game plan? While you're at it, any other secrets?
Yeah, kind of other secrets? While you're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? Maybe. If we both survive, I might decide to share a few more. If you don't go tattling to anybody.
Reese?
Yeah. Let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. Well, what is he? What is he? At first, I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do crap to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happened to him or how his body does. But he seems pretty bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery.
Was his dad similar?
Yeah. Was his dad similar?
A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face.
I wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day, and I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. But then all of a sudden my period stopped, got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese.
Why did you start poisoning him?
How did he not know what he was?
That's a great question.
How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this before, maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different. I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages, so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this. Inevitably, he's an adult now. there's only so much I can do to control him.
When did you find out? Well, when he's about 12, I guess.
Yeah.
Why'd you start poisoning him? Relation seems difficult. How do you know he's dangerous?
I kind of want to know, how did she know he's dangerous? How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number one. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then we butt heads, and it's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth and rips someone apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. I think we could fix him. I could fix him. I'd rather not have anybody blood on my hands, so please don't try. Just let me handle him. Poisoning. Why did you start poisoning him?
Dr. Kelly sighs.
Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison. But the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him, it was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. I've been giving him increasingly high doses of Klonopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it. And I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since.
Sybil. I bet you money it was Sybil. Who approached you?
Yeah,
What
who?
did they say?
Who approached you and what did they say?
Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look.
I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it. I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. It was Sybil. I don't know how the heck she found out, but maybe Reese had an episode while he was over at her place. Who can say? I thought she was insane. She was telling me to give my son Risen like it was a mystical mountain folk cure for fussy teenagers. She was right, though. I hate that. I hate the power it meant she had over me. Still has. Don't trust her, kitty. She puts on that sweet old lady act, giving everybody tea and talking about healing magics or whatever. But she's a snake.
Find out, relationship, or leave it.
When did you find out? When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, then a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out a few specialists, but there's nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now. Just a couple inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared. He could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off or maybe a hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't as subtle and it didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise.
Difficult relationship, or leave it at that.
Difficult. Might as well do it all. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like it was going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change, sometimes for the worst. This is part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. Yeah.
Leave it at that. What is this room? What's the game plan? Sit in silence and wait.
What's the game plan? What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after.
Gotta be another way.
Yeah. There's gotta be another way. It's just going to make him feel trapped. It sure is, especially since I'll have to isolate him even more now that he knows what's going on. He's gonna hate me. You gotta work with what you've been given, and what I've been given is an ethical dilemma where I either let my son kill me, freeing him to go out and kill others, or imprison him for the rest of his life and force feed him poison to keep him controllable. Or the third option, kill him. I've decided which outcome I can live with.
Sit in silence.
Yeah, we know what this room is.
You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to you. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room.
This might be game time.
Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway.
They're all leaving?
Ah, look at Reese. Oh.
Boy.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Is this what you were so afraid of?
Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot.
Don't. I mean, if we do this, it'll never be the same.
Don't get into her.
You take a cautious step back from the doorway.
Just
Not right.
It's not right. I should let's do that. It's not right to let you lock him away. Stop messing around and hand them over now.
Reese pushes his now massive form into the safe room, staring down at his mother.
Reese, I'm so sorry.
Oh, please don't. Don't do it. Watch her close your eyes.
I don't even know. Probably close your eyes?
You close your eyes. It's a loud scream, followed by a crunch and a pop. Then comes the loud splash of organs hitting the ground. You hear another round of crunching and tearing, and then silence. Must be over by now. You open your eyes. Sorry you had to be here for that.
Kind of curious what happened to Wayne. What happened to Wayne?
Wayne? Oh. Pushed him out a window. Be careful around him. Messed up my shoulder. Still isn't working right. He's evil. Really evil. He hates me. I could feel it.
Was he familiar to you, I guess? Was he familiar to you?
I'm not sure. I thought there was something in his voice. Sounded like someone I know. Someone who isn't real. I'm gonna do the romance. You carefully pick your way across the room, trying your best to avoid the fresh blood splattered across the floor, and kneel next to Reese. You can see a sadness in his eyes, staring into yours from his inhuman face, viscera still dripping from his maw. You lean in and wrap your arms around him. It takes him a moment to react, seemingly shocked by your touch, but his arms fold around you, his wide palms pressing you gently to him, holding you against his bony chest. His shoulders shake in your grip, and you realize he's crying. He breaks away. Kitty, I'm sorry. You had to be here for this. But thank you. Thank you for understanding me. I need to get out of here. Go someplace where there aren't any memories, but I'll see you soon. Monster lover, this is a dating sim, right? And then he breaks out of your embrace and stumbles out of the safe room, his footsteps getting faster and faster as he runs off into his new life. Shell-shocked, you stumble out of the clinic and into the night air. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream, and now that it's over, You realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Let's just go home. It's time to go home. But before you can get far, you're interrupted by the sound of panting and the telltale jingling of dog tags. It's the militia. They've poured out of the woods to stand before you on the road. You were looking for Gretchen, weren't you?
We found her and her person. They're by the side of the road, a little ways through the woods.
They're both fine, but the human wouldn't leave when we tried to make her, and Gretchen insisted on sticking by her side, so we'll have to take you to them.
Hopefully you can use your people words to get them to go someplace safe. The woods are crawling with those awful creatures. It's not safe anymore, not even for a human. You're very good dogs, yeah. You're very good. You are very, very good dogs. Lead the way. Yes, we are all good dogs. Hear that, Scraps?
I'm not in it for the accolades, Daisy. I just do it to help those who need it.
You let the dogs lead you into the wilderness, following on their heels as they take you to Stella's hideaway. Before long, the trees thin, you find yourself on a steep hill by a two-lane road lined one side by a sheer rock. And there, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella.
And there they are.
Keep them safe.
Be seeing you, speaker.
You sit on the log beside Stella.
Kitty, that ghost really did a number on you. I am kind of curious, actually, why she didn't answer her phone. Go up to that one. Why haven't you been answering your phone? Have you been trying to call me? There must not be reception out here. You're getting pretty bad coverage as soon as you leave the town limits.
Please just talk to me. Or why are you here?
Yeah, why? What is this place? What is this place, Stella? Why are you here? It's just a bunch of bad memories. There's nothing left to talk about. Come on, let's just get back to town. I know that stretch. That's the time to go home stretch. Thank the Lord. I'll be sleeping in my own bed tonight. Thank you, Kitty, for talking sense into this girl.
Wait, before you go.
Wait, before you go, I should tell you about what happened today. Oh?
You relay the events of the evening as best you can. Saying out loud somehow makes it feel less real, like you're sharing the plot of a horror movie, not something that actually happened.
Oh my gosh. Just gonna go ahead and lock that one away in the void.
Stella scoops Gretchen up in her arms, and the three of you walk back to town in silence.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
She gives you a tired wave before retreating into her house. That pisses me off.
What, that she's just like, whatever?
Yeah, she's just like, yep, I'm not gonna talk about it. Life's sad. Jerk.
Time for you to get home, too.
He appears as if out of nowhere, a little streaked with what first looks like blood and gore, but you quickly realize it's paint, evidence of his altercation with Reese.
I'll walk you.
They're so kind of you. Just let him walk us home, I guess.
Shall we?
Wayne walks just ahead of you, in near complete silence.
I was glad I am genuinely glad he's okay. Glad you're okay. I was worried Reese might have...
Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing.
He managed to cough me off guard. Those constructs of his were an interesting trick. That's all they were. He won't be so lucky next time.
Did you know Reese was like that?
Yeah. Did you know Reese was like that?
I knew he was different. How exactly I wasn't sure. But now I know.
We should be able to make quick work of him next time. Don't.
He's misunderstood. He's just misunderstood.
He's not complex enough to be misunderstood. He's a miserable walking weapon that spends all his time feeling sorry for himself. It would be best for the world if he were put down.
Go up. Why is he following me? Yeah. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha?
Because you're special. Why
Yeah.
am I so special?
But why? Why am I so special?
You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable.
I would say thanks for looking out for me. Thanks for looking out for me tonight.
Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. Wayne remained silent for the rest of the journey back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. You should try to spend some time in the old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised what you find. Until then, sleep well. He disappears into the underbrush. The estate feels empty, wind howling through its abandoned halls, the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again.
The closet door was closed.
You close your eyes. Your exhausted body succumbs to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, out in the woods somewhere, blood-stained, free, and beautiful. And then you think of nothing. This is the end of episode 4. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on the rest of Scarlet Hollow's development. If you'd
Okay.
like to continue with this world state in episode 5, please save your game now. So we've made our decisions, and that's where we sit. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join us next time. This one's a longer video, but it was really intense. So we'll catch you on the next one. This here is TT.
And this is Qwim.
Goodbye.